Okay. Kayla got the 111, the 411. Sipping lemonade, throwing light shade. Okay. Everybody, it's Kayla Got the 411. I'm back for another What's Good episode. Today I have DJ TeeBoogie. How are you doing today?
I'm good. What about yourself?
I'm doing good. So me and you have been following each other for a while. I've been watching you and I'm meaning to get to you, and I feel like this is the perfect time. So introduce us to yourself shortly, because you are from New Jersey, right?
Yes, I am. So
Yes.
my name is DJ TeeBoogie. I'm 30 years old. I've been DJing for about 2 years now, and I'm self-taught.
That's dope. You know, I asked all the DJs I've talked to on this segment have been self-taught. So what even got you into wanting to be a DJ? Like, when was that moment you was like, I'm gonna be a DJ?
Okay, well, I mean, ever since I was little, like, I've always, my aunt, she like decorated parties and all that. And my mom would go and we would help set up. And I was always infatuated with the DJ. I'm like, Mom, I want to do that. I want to do that. She's like, all right, well, do it. But I never had the money to invest in it. So I never really did it. I would just sit there and watch. So that's how I got into it.
Okay. How has your family been with supporting your DJing career? Like, have they been supportive?
I mean, my mom has. She's really not, she really doesn't know how to use technology all that well. So, it's kind of hard for her to kind of, get with it. But I mean, like, I'll post stuff on my Facebook, and they, like, all my other family members, they won't like it. Like, so that's kind of frustrating. But, people that I don't know support me better than my family does.
I say that all the time too. It's like, I always say this, like, when you make it, all those family members gonna be like, that's my cousin.
Right.
My cousin. But when you was grinding and trying to get there, like, don't nobody support. Trust me, I feel it. And everybody, a lot of people on this segment feel the same way. It's like strangers really support you more than your friends and family. Why do you think that?
Say that again.
Why do you think that?
I really don't know. I don't know whether because they don't really see. I guess they think, all you're doing is just playing music, but it goes a lot deeper than that. There's techniques that go into it. You gotta practice a lot. Like, it's not easy, So I really don't know why they do that, but it is what it is.
It's been a long time. We shouldn't have left you without a dope beat. Step two, step two, baby girl.
What would you do to get to me? What would you say to have your way? Would you give up or try again if I hesitate to let you in? Now would you be yourself or play a role? Tell all the boys or keep it low. If I say no, would you turn away or play me off? Or would you stay up? And if at first you don't succeed, then dust yourself off and
yeah, but that's okay, because you on Kayla Got the 411 show, and we're going to make sure we get you out there so everybody can know. So I'm going to play one of your mixes, okay? You have a particular, like, style that I really do like. It's not nothing like anybody else is doing, but it's more of a 90s feel. Do you think that's true, that you normally do 90s music more than current event music?
Yeah, I'm more of like an old school. Like, I don't really like the new the newer music. So I tend to stick to 90s and below. That's where I really, that's my niche.
Are you a 90s baby?
Yes, 91.
Oh, so okay, I'm 91 too. I turned 30 in September. It's just like, even though we getting old, and do you feel like you're getting old?
Yeah, well, I just had a birthday, March 5th, so I really didn't get to it, but I made the best. It was just, you know,
Yeah.
it is.
We getting there, but we ain't too old. We still youthful and everything. Oh, wait.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to play one of your mixes. This is one of my favorite mixes of yours. Play it on Instagram. You were showing out on this mix.
Mm-mm.
Wow. So for anyone that wants to even get into being a DJ, like, and they don't know where to start, like, what kind of advice would you give them as far as equipment? Because this stuff is expensive.
Oh yeah. I mean, first off, do your research. Make sure what you're getting is what you know that you want. Because it's not easy learning. The equipment. So my first advice would be to do your research. Um, just make sure that you watch other DJs. Just always take time to learn. Like you have to learn. If you don't take that time to learn, you're gonna be trash. It is. That's just what it is. So.
And have you had any struggles throughout your DJing career, things that you have dealt with that kind of put a hurdle on it?
Oh yeah, definitely. So I'm actually teaching myself how to scratch. So that is my biggest struggle right now because I have really bad hand-eye coordination. So when you scratch, you have to be on beat. You have to use your hand-eye coordination. So like that's something that I'm really, really, really struggling with. And on top of that, my hands are the muscles in my hands are kind of weak. So what I have to do is I have to do exercises with my hands to like strengthen them so that
Wow.
it gets deep for me. Other people they really don't have to do that because they don't have that issue. But for me, I'll use like a ball. I'll squeeze the ball. Then I have had it binding. But I had this thing where I squeeze it, and it's like a muscle thing with putting your hand.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, because I
Yeah,
have to work.
yeah. So I do that. Yep.
Okay. So there's always been this debate between old school DJ and modern DJ. Like, where do you see yourself fitting into that? Because right now it seems like it's more. Some DJs they focus more on the craft, and I loved your live that you did when you talked about the song selection. Why do people focus on the song selection and not just the craft? So where do you think you fit in between the modern and this old school DJing?
I think I fit in with the old school because I focus more on technique. What you play is on, whether you're a good DJ or whether you're a trash DJ. No matter what song you pick, they're either gonna like it or they're not. They're gonna either dance to it or they're not. But how you go into the next song is what really counts. Because you can't just slam it in. Or you can't
I know what you mean. Yeah. I've been some places. It's either DJs that have like a gap, like everybody's just vibing, and then it's like gets quiet. And everybody's like, what happened? Or just like two songs just come together and you can tell that they just don't even mix. That's what you mean?
Right. So like you have to know what songs go together. And that's where the practice comes in. You just have to know. Like you can't just throw anything together because it may not work. So for me, I think I fit in with the old school because technique is everything to me. I
Right.
think it.
Are there any old school DJs that you admire, ones that you study their work?
I have one favorite DJ, and his name was DJ Active. He's actually Janet Jackson's official DJ. And Janet, yeah, Janet is my favorite artist. And I actually got a chance to, go to one of his events that he DJ'd, yeah. And he let me in the booth, around him and all that
Really?
stuff. Yeah, he's really dope. Like he's very personable. Like you can go up to him. He's not like all, uppity. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's very, very dope. I love him. I
Wow.
love it to death.
Did you ask him any kind of questions or like get any advice
Um,
or?
I mean, not. I really couldn't because he was busy.
Oh,
Yeah, and it was loud, but like, he made sure I was cool. He made sure we were good. So it was dope. It was really dope.
wow, that's a blessing.
Yeah.
So I like to ask DJs this question, right? What's one night that you had that you'll never forget?
Or I can be a gentleman. If you ain't my dog, you gon' be like, oh, it's him again. Niggas will never win. This whole rap game is mine. Hottest you ever been? I was that in '89. Seeking you shall find. Look within it, you will know where you coming from and where you better go.
Oh, memorable night.
Hmm. Let me see. One night that right before the whole pandemic hit.
Yeah.
Well, when we got shut down completely, I did the I did it at a bar, and I mean it was packed. I mean
Oh,
packed to capacity, and I was DJing, I was doing my thing, and I wasn't looking up at the crowd. I was just focusing. So like I looked up and I saw people over there. It was like I was like, where did y'all come
where y'all come
from?
from?
Like, I looked at my phone like, yo, where did these people come from? It was,
Dang.
oh my god, it was. I think that was the best party I ever rocked so
Wow.
far. Yeah.
What was the vibe of the bar? Was it like older, newer, like diverse?
I mean, at that bar you can play from 90s and up. So it was
Oh,
like, yeah, it was some of everything coming left and right.
Okay. So have you ever had a particular situation? Because I know I talked to a lot of DJs about things that happen that they'll never do again. One of them may be like not getting your money, your payment up front. Have you had any situations like that?
I just had a situation like that. Okay.
No.
Yeah. So my friend is a DJ and he was like, this girl is looking for somebody to DJ. So I'm like, all right, give her my number, whatever. So she called me, she's like, oh, I need you. The party starts at 10. Mind you, it's 9 o'clock. I'm like, all right, I needed the money, so I'm like, all right, I'm gonna charge you, what I charged her. And she agreed. I did the party and I never got my money. Like even to the
Yes.
yeah, and then when I hit her up for it, it was like I was bothering her. Like, how am I bothering?
Oh,
Yeah, like, but
this
you know what?
recently?
Yes,
What's her name?
I ain't even gonna put her out there like that.
Oh, I said, 'cause we'll get it back.
Yeah, but
No.
the whole thing is she owned the restaurant. So like like how you do that? Like, what if somebody didn't pay you for for your services.
Black-owned business, huh?
Right.
We got to do better as people. So we got to do better. We can't expect other people to do right by us, or we can't even do right by each other. Like, that just makes no sense right there.
And then, she kept on making up every excuse in the book, like, oh, I'm not at the restaurant. Oh, I'm not there today. Oh, and then, she was like, oh, where are you? And I would be out. And she's like, oh, I have your money. Okay, so I could come to you and get it. And she's like, oh, nah, I'll drop it off later. Never got it.
Nuh-uh, that is trifling.
Crazy.
So what type of advice would you give other DJs that be in that situation? Do you advise them to get their money up front before the show even starts, or deposit?
Yeah. Get a deposit and get your money right when you get there. Don't press play until you get your money in your pocket, because you never know. Cops could shut it down, but that's not your issue. That's not your problem.
Right.
So therefore, they hired you for your services, and DJing isn't cheap. You're not paying me to just come there and play music.
Exactly.
You're paying me for my time. You're paying me for my equipment. So say if somebody dropped something on my speaker, right? $100 ain't gonna fix that. $100 is not gonna replace that.
Right.
So people wonder why are you charging so much? Because of the what ifs. You never know. Especially at a party. You never know. It takes an hour or two to set up. That's time. It takes gas to get there. That's money. No. I need
and then
my
you gotta
money.
pack everything up, and that's just too much work.
Right. It's a lot. And people don't see that.
And you take your craft serious. Like the same way everybody else take their craft serious, you are a business too. Like your business, I don't know why people don't think DJing is a business. That's a business too. So you need to pay people for their services. And if you don't like the price, then go find somebody who gonna have them songs with gaps in them.
Right.
And everybody's gonna be upset. So for people that's listening and stuff like that, I don't want to ignore the fact that they may be wondering that you do have a speech delay. So you want to speak on that? And has that been a challenge for you, like DJing and stuff like that?
Yeah, I really don't talk on the mic much, because I just know how people are.
You talk fine. I heard everything you said. So
I mean, you can understand me, but it's just how some people are. They're really ignorant, just whatever. I mean, I am working on it because I'm human. Everybody has their flaws. Everybody has stuff wrong with them, that whether you see it or not, everybody has something that they gotta work on, or whatever. But yeah, I have a speech impediment called dysarthria. Now if you listen to people that have it, they sound a lot worse than I do. I do. So I was blessed to sound the way I do sound.
Yeah.
Because you can barely understand them at all. You be like, what? It's bad. It's really bad. So I just thank God that, God blessed me with how I sound now.
Yeah. So has it been a struggle with DJing, or people don't care, they just focus on your work because they know you're talented, which you are?
I've had one person. I had a client that when she came to drop off the deposit, she asked me if I was okay. I'm like, yeah, I'm okay.
Right.
Are you okay?
Right. The word right out my mouth.
Right. So I mean, I live in the hood, so I guess she was like, if you're on drugs, you never know, because people do stuff like that. So I had to explain it to her, and she was like, okay, that's fine. She just didn't know.
Okay.
So I mean, I respect that, you know. As long
Yeah.
as she was cool with it, you know, I did a party, and you know, we were good.
Perfect, perfect. So what is next for you? Because I don't know how it's going up there in New Jersey, but things are starting to open back up. It's spring. So are you being able to go out and do bookings now and stuff like that? Has it gotten better with COVID?
I just did my first party in months yesterday.
Wow.
Yeah, it went okay. I'm a little bit rusty, you know, even though I've been practicing, but you know, it's a whole nother ball game when you're, you know, in front of a crowd and
Right.
you know you gotta do all that versus, you know, you just practicing by yourself. So I
Mhm.
mean, hopefully, you know, gigs start, you know, coming in and all that, but I really don't know what's next because with the pandemic, you know, we might get shut down again tomorrow. You never know. You
Right.
know.
And do
So
you like travel? Like anybody who wants to book you, like do you do traveling or do you only do the upstate area like New Jersey, New York?
nah, I mean, if you're willing to pay, I'll go. You know,
Right.
like
Right.
I'll go to Alaska if you want me to. You know,
Okay.
right? As long as you pay, I'll go. You know, it
Right.
is what it is. Yeah.
Yes. So when this interview comes out, you know, of course, I'm gonna, you know, put it out there. So you just send me your booking email and stuff like that. And it was so nice meeting you. I think your future is bright because you have a way of incorporating vibes. Like it's a vibe. I don't think people understand how important it is. Like you found a DJ that like give you
Yes.
vibes. Like
Yeah, the vibes is a thing. That is a thing. You have to understand, you know, you have to understand the crowd that you're, you know, entertaining. You can't just play anything and thinking that people are gonna just vibe out to it. You have to fill it out. Like, you know, one song doesn't work, try another. You know, then you gotta build up a vibe. Like that's
right.
all it is, just vibe, you know? That's
Yes.
all
I
it
mean,
is.
that's great advice. And I'm so happy to have had you on here. I love having DJs
Thank
on
you.
here because I feel like no shade to the artists, but I feel like DJs and producers, it takes a lot of work, and I don't think you guys get a lot of praise. So that's why I like
Nah.
on my segment and stuff like that.
Yeah, nah, we don't. We don't get a lot of it at all. I hate it.
Yeah. So you on Instagram or you on Facebook and
Yeah, you can follow my like page, which is DJ TeeBoogie. If you type that in, my like page will come up and just follow that. And everything that I post on my Instagram, post to that. Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram, DJ underscore TeeBoogie, on Instagram. And yeah, just follow me.
yes. Thank you, TeeBoogie. It was so
Hey
nice
y'all,
meeting you.
just want to say thank you so much for watching the show. Hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, comment, share, and of course hit that subscription button. I am grateful for every view, whether you like me or you don't. And don't forget, I got a podcast too. There are exclusive episodes on that podcast, so don't forget to go check that out as well. They're on Spotify, iTunes, iHeartRadio, Pandora. Baby, I'm everywhere, okay? And follow me on social media. I'm Kayla Got the 411 on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, Tumblr. Baby, like I said, I'm everywhere. Thank you again for watching the show, and I'll see you on the next episode of Kayla Got the 411.